We got an issue going on in the prisons. You know, we got over 300 cases in Rikers Island. They got 2,000 inmates in Rikers Island. Also, they got 2,000 inmates at the Marion Correctional Institution that have tested positive for coronavirus. Mr. Engineer, quickly roll that clip. We only have just a moment, but roll that clip of what's happening to the prisoners out there in Ohio.
Once COVID-19 gets inside the gate, inside the door, it spreads.
Mass testing in Ohio prisons has started, so that's covering inmates and staff. The governor's looking at that population and releasing some inmates to hopefully slow the spread. 10 TV's Lacey Crisp talked to some loved ones of those behind bars.
There are now more than 1,800 inmates who have tested positive for COVID-19 inside Marion Correctional Institution. That means Marion County is now top of the list in the state of Ohio. Staff members and family members alike tell me they are concerned about the health and safety of all of those inside these walls.
It scares me to death.
Deborah Pollard's fiance has been in prison for 30 years for aggravated robbery and felonious assault. He's being housed at Marion Correctional, which over the weekend saw a huge spike in positive cases. Pollard's fiance has been tested, but does not know the results.
He sounds kind of hoarse, and his nose and everything's plugged, and he don't know. He's scared.
The Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections sent a statement attributing the spike to mass testing. Because we are testing everyone, including those who are not showing symptoms, we are getting positive test results on individuals who otherwise would never have been tested because they were asymptomatic. Adding, there are currently 38 inmates who are hospitalized outside the prison for care.
As those tests come back, I think we'll all be a little bit dismayed and shocked as to what is really happening on the ground.
Christopher Mabey is the president of the Ohio Civil Service Employees Association and represents about 8,000 corrections officers.
What are your biggest concerns when it comes to that facility?
Well, when it comes to the facility, a lot of the problems were we didn't have a lot of personal protective equipment. Going into this entire episode.
There are 154 staff members at Marion who have tested positive. Mabey adds some officers are working 16 hours a day and are returning to work before they know for sure they are no longer spreading the virus. The National Guard has been called in, but there's only so much officers can do without any chance at proper social distancing.
I know at Marion, as well as some institutions, other institutions, they've put up beds in TV rooms to try to allow for more area to social distance. But, once again, it's virtually impossible to social distance in a prison.
As for Pollard, she admits those inmates are paying the price for mistakes, but adds they should be given proper health care and a chance to stay healthy.
These guys are paying for their mistakes. You can't judge a book by its cover. They don't deserve this. They're humans too.
And ODRC tells me to help out on staffing levels. They're bringing in the National Guard, and the State Highway Patrol is helping out by patrolling the area.
That last woman you just saw in the car, driving the car, her fiance, they're still a fiance, has been in prison for 30 years for aggravated assault and attempted robbery. 30 years, and he's white too? My God, something ain't right about that. Maybe that's a misreport. 30 years for aggravated assault, something ain't right about it. Anyway, we certainly will be prayerful about that matter, and I'll see where the Lord will lead me with respect to, my understanding of being an inmate. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.